Hello everyone, how's it going? My name's Aval and Pickle, and today we are back trying to finish off our rocket fuel factory. This is about episode 300 of me trying to finish this power plant, but today we are trying to essentially just add in as many fuel generators as we possibly can. As of right now, we've placed down 240, which sounds like a lot, but we need, in theory, 1,439. Luckily, I am overclocking all of these to around about 240%. This means that each one of these fuel generators that you see is consuming 10 rocket fuel, and it's producing 600 megawatts. And this is many megawatts. In total, it will be about 360,000 if everything goes to plan. And that is the goal for the factory, the power plant, to make it 100% efficient, hence the title and thumbnail of today's stream. So, without further ado, I do just want to get straight into it, and I'm actually going to be starting off by doing something that isn't quite related to this. Well, it's not directly related to it, but I honestly think it is going to be massively related to it. Welcome Vidod, by the way, and welcome Journey. Hope that you guys are doing good. Welcome. And that's this. We are going to start off today by organizing our dimensional depot hub. Essentially, if I don't get this fully organized, if I slacken it a little bit, it's going to make my life, unfortunately, a lot worse. My dimensional depot hub provides me with all the resources I need to make this project go and run as smooth as possible. If I neglect that, even just for a couple episodes, it will come back to bite me, unfortunately. Also, some other things I want to try and do today is finish the Q3 or the third quarter of the factory. On the second floor logistics, which isn't actually too bad, we're easily going to get that done today. And also starting the fourth quarter of our rocket fueled setup, which is essentially adding another 240 fuel generators, which will bring us up to 480 fuel generators out of about, if I was to overclock all of them, almost 600. So that's leaving us with about another 120, but I'm then going to design some tower that's going to be in the center of the factory, which will then hopefully require those 120 fuel generators. So everything so far is going to plan, which is great. And then also, I'm not doing this today. I know I said up there I'm doing this today. It's not. It's just something to consider, is expand our steel factory, because I've got tons of compact coal. I'm going to get some iron ore, and then with the compact coal, combine that with the iron ore to then make some steel ingots. I'm not making 4,000 like I was going to do yesterday, because that's just ridiculous. I'm going to make as many as I need, which I think is actually somewhere up here, isn't it? There we go. So we're going to need 800, and I think it was like 380 something, 392. So in total it's, what was that number? Already forgot. 800, 8, 9, 10. So 1,192 steel ingots. Each one of my foundries, I think, can make 10 steel ingots per minute, which is nothing really, which is a bit of a shame. So that's still a good 100 plus foundries, which is quite a lot. But at least the logistics would be nice and simple. 2 solids going in, 1 solid going out, then that solid most likely going on a train or a conveyor belt out of there, which is fine. A video about this for the 1.1 playthrough series. That series has ended. I made a video talking about that a couple weeks ago, titled Why I Quit This Series, where I then mentioned in the pinned comment and in the video that I'm no longer going to be doing the 1.1 playthrough series. I'm just doing the streams, because there's no point in making them, essentially. I prefer just streaming, if I'm honest. So that's the plan for today. Let's try and shoot over now to where our dimensional depots are and get everything nice and organized, which I don't think will take too long to do. We should have all the resources nearby anyway. Have I got any spare room? I do. Great. Okay, first things first. Concrete. We're most likely going to have quite a lot of concrete built up here. Yep. Somewhere around 400,000 concrete. Which is not too bad. That will do, I suppose. Oh dear, it's too much. Well, that's fine, Vinod, don't worry. I don't expect people to watch every video. I mean, not even I would watch every single one of my videos. There we go. Why am I zooming across here? Oh, there we go. Oh, what was that? Oh, I think there's a beam underneath us. Oh. Why have I designed this place like this? I know this is my starter factory and I had no other resources. Oh, but it's still such a weird design. Oh well. It is what it is. I am going to start sinking some of this though. I don't need all of it. Get some points from it as well. Why not? Do that and that. There we go. So all of this is completely filled to the brim with concrete, which is way more than what I actually need. But you know what? It's okay. It's always nice to have a good amount of concrete left over anyway. We need it one day. Watching you react to Let's Game It Out videos. Yeah, I do a few streams. Unfortunately, I spend most of my time at university now, but whenever I'm home, I try and do a few streams. But welcome, Rin. Hope that you're doing good. Okay, there's no more concrete up here, is there? I believe there was a couple down here, though. There we go. Dump all of this into here. Great. And then, honestly, just get rid of the rest. Well, no, thank you. I've got so much of it that we don't really need any more of it. Moving on, what's our next item of interest? Motors. Oh, yeah, absolutely motors. Yes. Now, I've actually got two-dimensional depots for my motors, but they're not located next to each other. So one thing I do want to try and do today is just simply move them nearby. I feel like that makes a bit more sense anyway. Nice, we got a... Oh, okay, that's a really good amount built up there. Hopefully it should be enough. I don't see if I need too many more stacks than that. Oh well. It should be fine. It should be okay. I love how all of this was supposed to be temporary, by the way. Hence the reason why it looks so bad. I was never supposed to keep this here, but here we are. Right, so what I'm actually going to do here is move you lots. Then most importantly, then come around to this side and get rid of that. Then get rid of that. Lovely. Okay. So you're now completely filled up. That's brilliant. Select. Actually, before I select that, we'll get this. Copy these settings across down to here. Do the same thing with this. Brilliant. Back up to here. And again, copy, paste. You're fine. You're now fine. Great. And I'm very quickly just going to dump these over here for now. I shouldn't need too many resources really for the first part of today's stream, because it's just doing the logistics. So as long as I've got pipes, and we're honestly fine. Speaking about pipes though, we have got at least one or two, there we go, two of these industrial storage containers for our pipes, but I could use a little bit more in here. So let's try and get probably a full inventory worth. I know I've got some stored over here as well. World tours, oh yes, that will be happening. I don't know when, actually I can get rid of all these. I don't know when the next world tour is going to be. I'm absolutely going to be doing a factory tour going around the rocket fuel factory. Because in the last, I'll say 200-ish hours, I haven't really done anything other than building that factory. So there's no point in revisiting the entire world when nothing's changed other than that. I have been working on my coal power plant a little bit off camera. But I won't be showing that until I do the coal power plant tour. Actually, it's more of a coal district now because of the amount of shenanigans that I've got going on over there. You know what? No. I was going to make a third dimensional depot there for our copper sheets, but I just don't feel like we need it. At the moment, we're honestly fine. Get rid of all of that. Dump it all in. I'll get rid of this eventually, just not right now. Moving on, we've done motors, we've done copper sheets. Rubber, I've already got. Shards, don't need. What's next? You're sorted. Actually, one thing I have got to do, very quickly, is this. Almost forgot. And that would have been bad. Lovely. Okay. Rotors, you guys are completely fine. Sheets are fine. Concrete is fine. So then everything on this floor is now done. That's good. Steel beams, you guys are pretty much perfect. Oh, we are slacking a little bit when it comes to the encased industrial beams, though. You're fine. I know I need modular frames. I know, but I don't need it as much as other items. Like, for example, even these aluminium casings. What do I really need you for? The most important things I'm going to be making in the next, like, 50 streams is going to be focused around refineries, foundries, and fuel power generators, none of which require the aluminium casings. So you know what? I'm actually going to take you out of it. Obviously, I've needed you for something. I don't know what. I don't need you. I'm going to get some more encased industrial beams. Actually, no. Cancel that. Not quartz. Caterium wire. That's what I need. So for now, again, just chuck you into here. I've got some Caterium wire stored. I think what I'm going to do is temporarily stop syncing my Caterium wire. I have got a smart splitter set up. I don't know how that's working so far, though. Let's place you there. We'll then go overflow. No, any in that direction. Overflow in this direction. Disconnect that. Then do this. With that. So now what's going to happen is both of these industrial storage containers are going to fill up. After that's filled up, it's then going to go into the dimensional depot. Then what I want to try and do is add one more of these if I can. Oh. Okay, this might not look brilliant, but I have got some time to redesign this, so I think I'll take the extra minute and do that. Just chuck you into there. And then, oh, that's not going to work, is it? No. Okay. That's because I placed it wrong, I think. Yeah. Better. Now, the way this is going to work is that after all of this is filled up, it's going to go into the dimensional depot. So everything into there. Then the overflow will then go into the awesome sink, meaning that everything here is still going to be 100% productive and efficient, which is great. Am I working with a Mark III miner? I'm actually not, and I'm only working with Mark IV belts too. So I could actually make this far more efficient. Although I don't see the reason to right now. I don't need Caterium that much, so I don't massively care. But regardless, it's still good to have some of it. Don't say no to that. Also, a good way to try and carry more resources on you is by opening up this part here, the manual loader there for your dimensional depot. And there you go, you can now carry 5 more stacks. I know that's such a simple thing to do, but it works, it works. And look how quickly that's going up. 353. Alright, it's almost 380. There you go, so that's pretty good. Anyway, let's go back. Let's dump all of this into our dimensional depot. Because we're going to need, yeah, quite a lot. I know I'm currently holding 38,000 quick-wire. Each one of my blueprints consumes 100 quick-wire. And when I'm spamming down 30 of them, I need quite a lot of quick-wire. So I think we're going to go here, we said. Yes. I'm happy with that change. It comes back to bite us. Tough. No, it should be alright. We've got tons on us as well, so that's great. Computers again. Do I actually... Wait, I think I do. Or is it? No, you don't require computers. One of you did. I knew that I was using something that did require computers. You're supercomputers, but I don't need any nuclear power plants anytime soon. That's for sure. Don't need any of this. Should I replace you maybe with more quick wire? Because as of right now, the thing that I run out the quickest is most likely quick wire, I'd say, or motors. But the good thing with motors is that even though I need tons of them, they still replenish quite quickly. And I only need 30 per blueprints rather than 100 quick wire. So I think honestly what I might do here is just add a bunch of quick wire into here and dump the remainder of computers here. I have a few Mercer spheres on me, not quite sure of the exact number. 68? Bloody hell, how have I got so many Mercer spheres? Wait, what is that? Oh, that's the spawn point. I should probably get that if I'm honest with you, but oh well. Yeah, I should probably go for this. Okay, this is a massive side quest for today. But 200 sand fluctuators. Let me add that to my to-do list. Have I already got that? Okay, we'll cancel the massive side project. It's going to be very simple, actually. This is really important. So that's good to try and get that squared away. Brilliant. Oh, Ada's going to give us a speech. Brilliant. Haven't heard an Ada speech in a while.
Dimensional expansion finalized to 500%. Despite further efforts, parts could not be broken down further than their elementary particles, nor could the storage become more dense without the particles spontaneously reacting with one another and losing their deconfined state. Yet somehow more matter can now be stored in the same dimension.
We sang our growth song because we like your shallow efforts. Up and down our shallow illusion, up and down disappear in the deep.
That is very thoughtful, I think. I appreciate the attempts at sharing scientific knowledge, however perhaps we should wait until we have a more optimal way of exchanging data.
Yeah, whatever just happened there. Sorry, I hadn't heard an Ada speech in a while, so I wanted just to take in that moment there. Oh, there's still more rubbish in here. There we go. So what I'm doing right now is just essentially producing a bunch of sand fluctuators because why not? Why not? I do love a good couple sand fluctuators. Boom. I don't think there's an alternate recipe for this. I'm actually quite surprised there isn't. If there isn't, at least I'm fairly sure there isn't. I can double check actually now. Yeah. That's really weird. I know this was introduced in update 1. But I would have thought now that we're in update 1.2, there might have been an alternate recipe for this. I don't know what it will be though. Maybe steel beams rather than steel pipe, but I prefer making steel pipe because I use the iron pipe recipe and iron wire, so it's basically iron plus SAM, which is really cheap actually. It uses tons of iron, yes, but it saves copper and then it saves cord as well, so yeah. But you can't do that, so that's a shame. And we'll chuck that into there. And now we should start making our sand fluctuators. And because we've got the Somus loop, it essentially means that I can produce, get rid of that, quite a lot of this item, which is beautiful. I mean, we're probably going to run out of reanimated sand before anything, but it's still nice to know that I can make a few of this. And by the time that I finish my, oh yes, shenanigans for the day, hopefully I would have a good amount of sand fluctuators after this. Has any alternate recipes? Yeah, that's quite weird, isn't it? Yeah, Diamonds does. Diamonds has tons. Even the devs knew that diamonds are such an... well, a logistic... Are they a logistic pain to make? They're expensive in regards of coal, but I suppose logistically they're actually quite simple. Just coal into a... not quantum encoder. What the hell was that machine called? Particle accelerator. I haven't talked about this machine in about a year, so I actually forgot what it's called. But there you go, particle accelerator. Chuck it into there, and I'm pretty sure that's it. You've made diamonds, right? I'm using a slightly different recipe, but if you just want to make the basic recipe, there you go. Then that's kind of it. Okay, right. So the way that I'm going to do this then is that all of our steel pipes comes into here. What I'm then going to do is get rid of that. Have our conveyor lift go from point A to point B. Then add a smart splitter. I know I've been using these smart splitters a lot already today, but they're good. I'm going to chuck that in here. I definitely can't reach, no. This is temporary, don't worry. That's all good, Vinod. Enjoy the walk. Then what we're going to do is overflow. So hopefully all of this is going to completely fill up before everything then goes to the awesome sink. We could do a very similar thing here, actually, if I'm honest with you. Because I don't need all of this steel beams. Absolute side quest yet again, by the way. I have this very special gift where I plan on what I want to do, then do the exact opposite thing. It's a really cool gift. No, it's not. Overflow. There we go. So again, all of this remains the exact same. It's just you that's going to be impacted by it. Which is good for me because ooh, wait. 1 second. There we go. Because that means that I get more points from the awesome sink. Good. Okay. So I think that's pretty much our job here done. There was nothing else I wanted to try and get sorted out in my dimensional depot area. I could stay here for the entire stream and do little bits here and there, but I don't really want to do that. So for the sake of everyone watching, I won't do that. Oh, iron plates. Gosh, okay, we've got like 0 iron plates there. Well, we don't. We've got tons, but not enough. Very quickly change that, and then just dump everything from my inventory down here. Re-upload my Mercer spheres, and I believe my AI limiters. No, we've actually got some high-speed connectors here. How are you? That needs uploading too. Oh, fine. There we go. Can I even connect this? No. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, what's the workaround for this then? I could maybe try and move you forwards. Because I need you to work. Obviously. Now you're floating, aren't you? Yes. Can you maybe not? Boom. I think that's fine. That's definitely floating, so yeah, this is going to be okay. But then now you're back in the exact same location because that's in the way. Right. This is one big kerfuffle, isn't it? As always, I seem to get into this position where everything's fine. I then do something, I tweak something, and then everything's not fine again. It's a gift. Everyone's got their gifts. This is mine, clearly. I don't mind that. This is all going to go at one point or another. I have actually got, there you go, a dismantle crate nearby anyway. Although what I'm most likely going to do is find where that crate is, which... I know where that is, but why is it there? Doesn't matter. Find the dismantle crates, get rid of that, then come back here, dismantle everything here, then create a new dismantle crate. Most likely right inside of my storage area. So it's easier to organize. Power. Right. Okay. What we'll do is get rid of that. This will work. And you're already connected to there. Now you're back up and running again. Fantastic. That didn't take too long at all, did it? Sam. Fluctuator. Brilliant. Then just reconnect all of these. Again, I know this doesn't look great. It's not supposed to. I just want it to work, if I'm being honest with you. As long as it works, I'm happy. There we go. Brilliant. What are we we got a bean. Hello. I have just blocked your path. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, I feel so bad. No, I don't. Okay, now that we've got this hideous thing out the way with us, dump everything, then just run away. Well, run away after I get the resources I need, that is. It shouldn't take too long to do. I'm going to grab that and upload it instantly. Motors, there we go. Power shards, I had some over here. Absolutely going to take some more with us though, because I need tons of power shards, unfortunately. All of that. Oh yeah, we didn't do the iron plates. That is actually really important. And luckily, this should be filled to the brim of iron plates. Isn't that handy? Lovely. My voice is still a little bit rough. It's much better than it was on Tuesday. But it's still... I can feel it. It's a bit grating. I don't like it. Although the good news is that Eurovision's on tonight. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Apparently the English guy is singing in German. I mean, I don't know why. I do love a good German accent, so that should be interesting though. Welcome Hayes, hope that you're doing good. Online high school, alright. The only reason you're even here. Your class is still going. Well, good luck with your class. Make sure you focus on that because you can always rewatch this live stream. An interesting fact about school is that 1 + 1 = 2. Just in case you get asked that question. And then if you get asked a further question, 2 + 2 = 4. Just helping you out there, you know, and I'm just being really helpful right now. It's incredible. I'm somewhat of a mathematician myself. Oh dear. Speaking about maths, extractors. Not extractors. Fuel generators, there we go. Yeah, Eurovision should be interesting. I don't actually know who's in it today. I'll look in a minute. I do want to try and get some productive work done in this game today. But then after I feel satisfied, I'll then look into some Eurovision shenanigans. Anyway, so the very first thing that I want to try and do today is establish what we were trying to do yesterday. And that can be done via these colouring systems. Essentially, what I've got here on this pipe is 450 rocket fuel. And I've also got 450 rocket fuel there. Each one of these generators consumes 10 rocket fuel per minute. So one pipe has to go into 45 generators. In this quarter, I've got 30 and 30 over there as well. So we're going to have all 30 of these plus 15 of these generators for this one pipe. And then for this purple pipe and that purple pipe, both of which are going to be consuming an additional 15 generators. And we have 15 generators over here that I'm not using. It's almost like I planned this. Wow. Who would have thunk it? Me, that's why I planned it. Anyway, so that's the plan. Just connect everything together. Make sure it's nice and straight. And sing Kumbaya when it's done. Essentially, that's the plan. I won't be singing, by the way, don't worry. That sounded like a bit of a threat, didn't it? If I don't get this done, I will be forced to sing. No, I don't sing. I never sing at all. I don't ever get that happy. Unless I'm walking in, like, the high streets and there's a performer playing Creep by Radiohead, then I will silently sing to myself. Other than that, no. There's no need. I've saved that one for the professionals. Why are you bent? Oh, you're not. Okay. Now, the way that I want to do this is also by connecting you on this side here as well. I don't mind if you are actually connected on multiple sides like this. That's not really a problem. Potentially could actually help the flow rate as well for these end generators. Because I have noticed that with a manifold system, especially when it comes to liquids, I know this is a gas, but similar sort of thing anyway, is that when I try and have a manifold system for a liquid or a gas, it seems to be a lot less consistent. So I try and design something like this, where there isn't actually an end to the pipe, it all just flows around, basically, which I quite like. There we go. So now we just have to connect these ones together. In this row. And I think this is the final row for this quarter. Compared to the amount of time it took us yesterday to do this exact same thing, we absolutely flew through it today because I've updated my blueprints. That definitely saved us an absolute ton of time. That's good. That's 30 done. Now we need 15 more. We've got 6 on this row, 12. Then we need 3 from this row. That's 1, 2, 3. Lock you off there. You will then connect to that system, and then you two plus that will then connect as well. Great. Again, it's almost like I've designed this on purpose. And line you up here. Great. Yeah, not bad going. So that entire line should now be done. And that probably took us 5 minutes. Yesterday would have taken us 20 minutes. Huge difference, really. The next part that I want to try and tackle now is making sure that all 15 of these are connected. And also this here. What I would like to try and do is bring you down here slightly and test out straight mode. Okay, no, it hasn't fixed itself. I don't know why I thought it would have. That's a silly thing for me to have assumed. But what I want to try and do is essentially... wait. No, you're going to continue a bit further down here. I want to try and connect these into each other. I mean, that seems fine. There we go. Just like what I was saying earlier, I don't really want the pipes to have an end. Now it just all flows around. I think it should be okay. Maybe. In theory. Oh, power. I haven't connected the power. No, absolutely I have not done that. And how am I going to make that look nice and neat? I think I've got a plan for it. See how it goes. And that plan's quite simple. I'm going to temporarily get rid of this. Actually, oh, no, I don't. I'd like to get rid of that. Then probably these 3 here as well. Back in a bit, that's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, here's the plan. I want you to line up exactly where that pipe is. Making sure that you're nice and straight. Great. That wasn't quite what I wanted. Neither is that. That's going to have to do. And chuck you in here. That's slightly more hidden, but I don't think I can actually reach that. So what I'll do is this. Get rid of that. And select this. There we go. And bring you straight... Oh, okay. Wow. There we go. Then bring you straight down. Here. Good enough. Down a little bit further. Inwards like so. And now we're on to our main logistics floor. Connect that into... Really, I knew that was going to happen at one point or another. Okay, now how is that going to look? By the time I add everything back. Does it conceal the entire wire? It does. You can barely even see it. From this angle, at least. Perfect, actually. Yeah. We'll take that. I'm happy with that. Right. Now we just have to make sure every line is connected to each other. The easiest way I can do that is by selecting this. And connecting all of these. Like so. And the same thing now with this. I don't know why, connecting power lines is something I just seem to forget sometimes. I used to do the exact same thing with my conveyor belt highway, but the good news is, because I'm now using rails on my highways, and rails transmit power, it now means that I don't actually have to connect the power manually. As long as the rails are connected, then I get power, which is quite nice. It also means that if you were to link up one train station, let's say here where you've already got things established and it has power, over to here where there's absolutely no power lines or anything nearby, as long as your rails are connected, that train station's going to be powered, and then you can actually zone a wire? Place down cables and power poles away from the train station, connected to the train station, and from the station itself, then get some power, which is quite nice. Make sure your rails are always connected. If you mess around with your rails, then it's going to lose power. So that's quite an important thing to be aware of, but it's pretty cool though. It's nice. Right, this side's done. That's great. I do want to try and move on now to the other sides. Now, how am I going to try and do this? I could do the exact same strategy that I did for this, but that's going to take quite a long time. I think what I'm going to do here instead is this. Okay, so we can do that. Come down here slightly. Same thing there. And the same thing up here. Okay, good. Now we can get power over here on this side. And I know power is definitely working here. Because if I place down the power pole, brilliant. This is still fairly consistent. Not perfect, but we have also got some geysers at play here as well. So that could be a reason for why this isn't too consistent. What I could try and do is disconnect all exterior power from this factory and just try and run it with these fuel generators to try and see what this number is actually going to end up being. Because that might explain why we're going from 89,620 down to 89,605, whatever that was before. That makes sense. This doesn't make sense. That's an actual drop here. Going from 89,000 to 88,000. Fact. Yeah, that's a 600 megawatt drop. And we know that each one of these fuel generators is producing 600 megawatts. So one of these is failing because it hasn't got enough rocket fuel. I'm not too concerned about that right now. I want to get my entire grid up and running, and then we'll try and spot, okay, where's the yellow lights? Where's the red lights? And of course, where's the blue light? Blue is what we should be seeing because everything's overclocked. If we see green, that's actually a problem as well, because nothing here should be green. Everything's overclocked. But at a very first glance here, I don't see any red lights. So I would love to know where that's actually coming from. Do I care right now? No, not really. But anyway. It's always good to take into consideration. That's for sure. Anyway. Make sure everything over here is connected. This is, I suppose, the boring part, isn't it? The power. But it has to be done, though. It's very important. In fact, I can tell you how important it is. Because in my last playthrough, I built a fairly large... Wow, my voice is still definitely not good. But anyway. A very large rocket fuel facility. Nowhere near this big. like not even remotely close, but still for the time my largest project. And I thought everything was fine, although I was actually producing a lot less power than what I thought I should be making. And that isn't because I made a mathematical error. It's because of the way I built it. It was quite a weird shape. It started off as a rectangle that had this very weird bend and line built through it, and then there were some machines at a 45-degree angle, then some things were built on the opposite side of a rail system like this, I suppose. And the reason why it was like that is because that's where the world border was, so I literally couldn't build any further east. It was, in fact, it was down here. The factory was squared like that, and then for this part it was like, what was it, like this? Again, squares. It's a weird, I suppose it was a triangle in a way. It was a bit of, well, it wasn't actually a triangle, it had 4 sides, but still. It was a weird project. I enjoyed it, but it just, yeah, took too long. This has taken much longer, but I've enjoyed this a lot more though, which is nice. Okay, so everything here should now have power. Oh yeah, going back to the story. And essentially, I didn't actually hook up all of the wires and cables correctly. I thought I did, but because the shape was so weird, and essentially it was a maze underneath, it's not like this where everything here is under the same logistics floor. With that one, everything was divided into like certain rooms and corridors and straits, and some of those corridors weren't actually connected to the main grid. So I was consuming all my rocket fuel using a very stupid recipe, which I absolutely hated using, but now I've changed it, luckily. And that was annoying. Now it's much better, so that's always good. Note to self, just make sure that your wires are connected. Who would have thought? The very first thing I thought of was, oh, okay, well, my maths is just wrong. But I was off by many thousands, and normally I'm not that far off when it comes to our maths. I wouldn't say I'm perfect, but I wouldn't say I'm that bad. I'm going to try and do something here. If I do that, then do this. Now, I want this to run exactly next to that. There we go. You can barely really notice the wire there. That's good. I like that. Connect you up. And luckily now I know that I'm supposed to be making 360,000 from just this factory. So what I'll do is I'll end up disconnecting everything that's coming to or from this factory. Just for a minute or so, because I do realize that a lot of my raw resources are coming in through this power grid. That's quite important. But I'll disconnect it for a while, see how that goes, and fingers crossed everything is okay. The question is, where is my power coming in from? Where's it connecting to the rest of the world grid? I haven't a clue. I haven't the slightest clue. Oh well. We'll figure it out. There we go. Now that's all of our power here, hopefully connected. We won't actually see it because of other machines, as long as you've selected a recipe for it and it's connected to a power source, the lights will appear yellow rather than red. But here it will only appear red, even if it's connected to power. That's the way the game works. You have to actually have a liquid or a gas going into the fuel generators for it to appear green or blue. Or red if you just haven't got enough. Right. Is that good? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. What I'll do is I'll zone that here. Same thing there. And same thing here. Okay, great. So we've now got power coming across. You should be carbon steel. You're already carbon steel. Good. Now we just connect the last couple lines together. So it didn't take us too long in the end to do the power. That's good. Again, this blueprint has helped a lot. I can't imagine building this without a blueprint. or 100 blueprints, which is, I think, what I've used in this playthrough so far. Which is probably a bit too much, but there's no limits, so as far as what I'm concerned, it's okay. It's fine. There we go, okay. Is there anything here I haven't connected? Because all of these lines are connected to each other, so I think everything is actually sorted, which is brilliant. See it, say it's sorted. Okay, you're a little bit wrong. There we go. Brilliant. That's the right level, I assume? Yes. Absolutely is. Same thing there, then same thing here. Okay. Now let's try and move on to the actual logistics itself, because like we were doing here earlier, I do have to make sure all of these pipes are connected. So we're starting here with these 3. We've got 12 here. 12 plus 3 is 15, which is what we need. Sometimes simple math can be the most rewarding. There we go. Make sure all of these are connected. Good. So that's these 15 all connected. I do want to make sure that the logistics over on this side again is all connected. Starting with you. It starts with one thing, I don't know why. Okay, so you're fine there. Interesting, okay. Then I suppose what we'll do, come around here. Not straight? That's definitely not straight, no. Not in a million years. Should be fine. There we go. Okay, good. So the last 15 here are now connected. The other 45 over there are connected. Essentially, just mimic what we've done here over on the other side. And that's it, really, for this quarter. I know that I haven't done any sort of decoration around here yet. I'm just not fussed. I need to make power. I need to get some other things sorted before I decorate. But I will absolutely do a stream decorating one day. That'll be a fun stream, just not today, really. I won't say we won't place down anything. We'll get some bits and bobs placed. There we go. Okay, so that's everything here done. Let's make sure these lines are now connected. And we do also have to try and get our line over there, which... if I use the very similar bridge method that I used here, which does look a little bit derpy, but that's fine. If I use that method, then at least the symmetry will be looking good. I do like trying to use symmetry. Not all the time. Like, for example, especially in Planet Coaster, I try to not use symmetry at all in a lot of my projects. Especially when it comes to housing. In this game, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I definitely use symmetry a lot more. Just slightly odd. There we go. Okay. That's all now done. I am going to get rid of this temporarily. And plop you down here. Right in the middle. I was not forgetting this. Good. Okay. I'm really hoping this is going to work out for us. I really am. I don't see why it shouldn't. At least. I hope not. Okay, now how did I do... Oh, I know what I did. I think it was. So it was something like this. Yeah. Replicate that now. Auto. And straight back up here. Also, get rid of that. There we go. That looks pretty good. Do the other side here now as well with the inverted ramp. There we go. And you have to come back to 15 generators. We've got 6 there, then 3 there. Okay. Yeah, not bad going. 1, 2... I think it was 3, wasn't it? No, it's 2. Is it? It's 3. It's definitely 3. Yes. Because then you 3 connect. Yeah, okay. Of course I was wrong there, but luckily we're not. I'm very rarely wrong. It's just not true, is it? I wish it was. You then come down here slightly. Maybe come out a little bit further first. Good. And yeah, just shoot off down there essentially. Make sure these are all connected. And here. Oh, wait. No, that's fine. That's fine. Even I thought I made a mistake there, but that's a pipe going to a different location. That's okay. Yep, so you 3 are then going to go down there. You have to connect to this, that, and that. And lastly here. Okay, so that's all those 45 generators now combined. Let's now move on to the very final one, which is only 15. So it's a third of the work, in theory. In fact, it most likely is, actually. It's fairly simple, this one. Just 3 lines together. Don't have to cross any gaps or anything. Just hook it up. That should be it. Done. Well, I say done. I haven't actually done it. Almost done it. Oh, you're wrong. And it would actually help if I didn't get it wrong. Always. Welcome back, Vinod. We've almost finished all of our logistics for this area now. After I hook up these pipes, that's basically it. We're then going to give it a quick test run, see what's... Well, something is going to go wrong, so we'll see what's going to go wrong. And we'll fix it. Hopefully. No, we will fix it. I haven't really got a choice. I have to fix it. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Majorly. And there we have it. Final connection here, I believe. Then do the other 2. Grand, so that is, yeah, that's all of it done. Okay, you were just yellow there, I saw you. Now, why were you yellow? Not enough rocket fuel. Okay. I'm going to paint you screen. Just so I can see that you're the one that's a bit faulty, because everything else is fine. Unless there's one more that's also faulty. As of right now, look how straight that line is. Everything here is perfect. Slight adjustments for geothermal generators, otherwise it's perfect. But now this is about to go down, isn't it? So that's where it reached 1. There. Okay, that seems consistent. 9, 10. Yeah. And seems consistent. No, see, it's going down slightly. Yeah. That's definitely going down. Because that was on 1.5 by the time it ticked over. Now it's on 1.2, yeah, so we're not making enough rocket fuel is what I'm trying to say. Which is weird because we should be, and the reason why we're not making enough rocket fuel, I believe, is because we haven't got enough crude oil coming in. I don't know why. A solution I can think of right now is by adding in a bunch more of the empty canisters to the line. Maybe that's the problem? Yeah. Oh, something else dipped. That wasn't even this one. I'm guessing it's probably you. No. Really? Because, I mean, in theory, that's the one that should have been mimicking, really, this. Oh, it's probably this, then. So why are you both so low and everything else is so high? Oh, it could have been that. Could have been that. Could have been all of them. Then again, you're 50. So why are some of you completely fine, then others of you are down to 0.6, whatever that just was there. 0.1. Yeah, that makes no sense. That's really weird. I still think it could come down to the fact that I'm just not producing enough rocket fuel just yet, which is fine. I do want to try and focus on the second floor before I worry too much about that. We'll see how both floors function now that we're going to have 4 pipes, 5 pipes, 6 pipes on the loose. So we'll see how that's going to go. First things first, you. I'm going to have to get... Where is it? We'll use something I haven't actually used in a while. What's this? And get horizontal to vertical. Boom. And there shouldn't be any actual problems here, since again, you're a gas. Yep. Okay, that's slowly going to start working now. I'll worry about that in just a moment. But I suppose what I do want to try and do is something. I know, crazy, who would have thought? I want to try and have these 3 pipelines running directly underneath these 3. The reason why I'm struggling to determine if I want to really do that or not is because I now have to go out of my way and do this. Actually, no, I don't. The floor hole might break some stuff. I've heard that it's been fixed though for ages. It can't still be broken. Well, that's what I want to try and do. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. You need to go here. Why is it doing that? Must be a nicer way of that looking than that, right? Surely. I would be lying if I said I like that, because I most certainly do not. There. Ooh. No. Oh no, it does work. It's weird, but it works. If I can make it symmetrical as well, that'd be quite nice. I don't even know what I just did, so I'm struggling to see how I can make it symmetrical. Why can't I see the other floor hole? You're there? I mean, I don't know why I can't see it. Oh, right, yeah, because I continuously made mistakes here. Yeah. No, don't get rid of that. Good, that's better. Right, so you now come around here. 1, 2. Out by 1. Out by 1 more. What were you? Horizontal to vertical. It looks nice from this angle, I think. Trying to justify it. I'm struggling. And just do this every single time. There we go. Had my microphone wire getting in the way of my keyboard there. It's gone now. Oh, where's that gone? Okay, then this final one here, you're going... here? Yes. Okay. I think what I'll do is yet again do something quite similar to this. Bring you out to around about here. Yeah. Then... what? We'll try this. No. That's... really? Oh yeah, you're weird, aren't you? Yeah, I forgot. Then I believe I want you to come out to around about there. No. I mean, that's kind of it. It's, again, it's a bit... actually, that's in the wrong spot, isn't it? So you're going to come out to... we'll say there. Do that. Good. Yeah, we'll take it. They fixed one bug. They made a new bug with both floor holes and wall holes now. Ah, okay. Well, that sucks considering I've used probably a couple hundred of them throughout this just one project. Throughout just this one project. Fun. How bad can it be? Famous last words, really, isn't it? What could possibly go wrong? There we go, lower that down slightly. Again, slightly tedious, but I think overall this will end up looking quite nice. Rather than having it like run across the floor, which is fine. But because this is a gas, I'm trying... Actually, yeah, I can. I just realized there's nothing else that's going to be built here. This is going to remain empty forever. Oh well. Also, I am going to have a oh, wait a minute. Okay. That's annoying. I mean, to be fair, a truck's never actually going to use this. I'll be completely honest. Oh well. What I am going to try and do here, though, is this. Boom. Once every 10 floor holes, or roughly every 10 floor holes, and takes a while to fully form. It works like a virus. At the start, there is seemingly nothing wrong, and it gets worse over time. Oh. Speaking about viruses, I wasn't really on the internet much in the last couple months, really, but especially in the last couple weeks. What's this hentavirus stuff? I know absolutely nothing about it. I saw a video on Instagram of someone wanting to blow up the ship with a bazooka. That's all I know about it, so I assume it's not good. And then I saw a video of the British paratroopers and medical personnel parachuting into some random remote island. It's a good way to get training, but there's only 3 guys that actually did it out of the hundreds of paratroopers we have. But for those 3 lads, I'm sure that was actually good training. I say lads, they're probably high-ranking officers. No, it wouldn't be. It'll be privates. You're gonna volunteer for something? Great. You're volunteered for it. Great. Well done. Yep. You're going to Jurassic Park. Oh dearie me. Oh, it was a cruise ship. Yeah. Damn. Oh, you know what? I can actually try and make this look quite nice. I don't mind those first 3 pipes up there. They look completely fine. But what I do want to try and do now is actually move this slightly to... How many clicks away is this? Or I keep saying clicks, it's nudges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1. Great. You're then going to come down via the horizontal to the vertical tool. Which, by the way, actually, I quite like. I know I've never talked about this before on the channel. This is a really good tool. Tool. Anyway. Welcome to me trying to speak English. What? Invalid... Oh, don't piss me off. Thank you. I'm not in the mood to get mentally bamboozled by such obstacles. One does not have such patience. Why are you bent? There we go. Then just connect to these. Now, how does this look? Wow. Whoa, that's incredible. Whoa. Guys, it's awesome. Oh, well. I mean, it looks exactly like how I thought it was going to look. Although, a part of me wants to actually change the colour of this. I don't know why, but I'm thinking yellow. Let's go black and yellow. I'm not singing the song. Oh. There we go. There we go. Then change these ones up here as well to yellow. I can't do... No, you know what? No. No. Because I want to. The problem is, if I disconnect the rocket fuel, it's then going to mean that a couple of my generators are going to turn off, which is going to be really annoying. At the same time, though, it's quite necessary for this. It's not necessary. At all. It's necessary for me, though. For the beautification of the factory. Okay. You're in the right spot. I love how I based this entire thing just off where that was. It looks fine though. Like, I mean, everything worked out quite nicely. Yeah. It's from some song. You don't know what the internet is doing now. Back in my day, the only brain rot we had was the annoying orange. Yeah. Big up the annoying orange. I mean, annoying videos, absolutely, but yeah. They were interesting. Some people might describe them as art. I wouldn't. Oh dear. Gosh. That was a slight predicament. I love how I'm completely messing up this entire factory just for the sake of beautification. Done. Okay, good. Now I can paint you yellow. Why am I still painting this yellow? I don't know. But there we go. Just in case we have got a vehicle that wants to decide to go underneath her, which it shouldn't do because there's no path here. But if it does decide to go underneath it, now it says, whoa, yellow pipes. I'm going to avoid that. As the truck says as it goes straight through the pipes. Tractor is fine. Everything else will be fine, actually, except for the only vehicle I'm using down here. Oh, wow. Okay, trains are huge. Sound. Okay. Factory carts? Yeah, you'll be fine. Great. As great as gravy. Let's continue. My voice is still... Oh, man. Annoying. No, this is the part where I'm actually going to have to use some brain cells, so viewer discretion is advised. I want to try and drag this further here. In fact, no, I'm going to bring you straight down, but not straight down. Kind of down. I have one of these pipes that's somewhere situated in front of us. Seen? Here. Okay. Right, let's do this then. We come up by 2. Good. Then drag you down by 2. Then just using straight mode, get everything together. It's our act together. Acting like you don't do the same thing. Exactly. It's a natural thing, really. No. Straight mode. Yep. I do take a stupidly long time, though, to build factories. I do. I do. All part of the love for the game, as they say. I don't know who says that, but I'm sure someone has. Love of the sport. I mean, technically, I am a professional gamer. Because I think defining the term professional as someone that gets paid for... paid for their time, I suppose. Like, for example, a professional footballer is someone who gets paid to play football. So I'm technically a professional gamer, right? I mean, I consider myself easily top 10 best video gamers of all time. Easily, like, well, maybe not, but I like to imagine myself as easily top 8 billion. Easily. Yeah. Nope. In fact, who even is the top streamer nowadays? I was taking the piss a little bit when I was saying I'm not top 10, but like, who is factually the best or the top streamer right now? Because I don't really watch streams other than Battlefield stuff. But even still, I don't do that very much anymore. I do try and catch a couple streams every now and then. Replace the unused stackable pipe supports on the bottom of stackable conveyor. I was actually thinking about that. I don't know if it's going to look very nice. Or work. I think that looks fine. I do kind of wish they only had the skeleton, like without the conveyor or the pipe support itself, just the actual ladders themselves. That would be quite nice. But yeah, for now we can do that. That looks fine. I do want to try and finish this first, but we can always come back and do that. Make sure that's aligned. Then do one more here, and then everything should be fine. That's lined up to me. Luckily, I checked. That's why I always check. Even when it seems right, still check it anyway. Because odds are it's not. It could sometimes be left. Terrible joke. Thank you. Not sure about that. We'll see, because I've still got 2 more pipes coming from that side, don't I? Yeah. In fact, do I? No, yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I sound so upset about that. What am I going to do here? It seems obvious, take them 2, but in reality, it's actually not that simple. Firstly, if I'm consuming a minimum of 2, 4, 5 pipes per quarter, that means for the quarter over there, I could then use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then take you 3, but I don't need 3, I only need 2. Okay, then what I'll do is this. You're just going to come straight down. Then up by 2. There you go. I'm not going to touch that. I'm only going to get you 3 for the project I need right now. And then you... Okay. I might be okay with just these 4. Because, right, if you go into 45, 90, that's 180 there for you 4. I've got 240 generators. You go into 180 generators, I've got 240, which means I've got 60 left over. From the other pipe that I'm bringing over there, I need 45. Cancel. I'm using 50, I need 30, which means I'm going to have 30 left over, which means I'm actually going to need you eventually to go over to there. But then it would make sense if I was to use this one. So that's what I'll do. I'll get you 5 pipes, and is there enough room to squeeze you down here? Obviously not exactly there, because that's where I'm going to be building some other shenanigans. And have I not got any pipes here? I should have some more pipes here. I mean, not enough, is it? Am I not making any rocket fuel here? I know that I'm producing something. And you're all yellow, so I'd assume that's what I'm making here. No, you're fuel. Okay, right. So I'm actually not making any rocket fuel here. Okay. 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 What's this? So we got 4 8s. Well, actually, that's correct. No, that's completely fine. Okay, great. So in that case, you 4, 5. You're going to come around this side directly. Let's say here. Then just zoop you down there. Zoop you down to the right side. Then everything should be gravy. So that's great. We'll go, not red. Literally, I could have chosen anything else other than that pink, and it would have been okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about no? Okay, wow. I'm being tested today, which is fine. That's okay. This might seem like a really odd side quest, but it's important that we know what we're doing. Believe it or not, it's important that we know these things. 1, 2. You come out there as well. 1, 2. And the last one is going to now be this, which means that I can get rid of... no, you actually are completely fine. Get rid of this and get rid of this, actually. How's that looking? Dreadful. Cool. Okay. Let's never do that ever again. Still? Right. How did I make you work before then? Because, I mean, you were fine. Until I started messing around with stuff. There you go. So you can do... oh, I was using straight mode, I think. I wasn't using horizontal to vertical. Is that why? There we go. Oh. Okay, then. I'll keep this here. Again, sorry about the coughing. My voice, I've still got a weird cold thing. I don't even know what it is. Whatever it is, though, it's annoying me. Here. Okay, now all I have to try and do is connect you into there. Using straight mode. Well done. Don't know who I'm saying well done to, but there you go. We'll do this. This is quite exciting, actually. I'm finally using all of my produce. That looks tolerable to my eyesight. I've made worse, so that's quite good. I think. Other side. No, other side. There we go. Then what I'll do is just, again, loop these guys around, basically. Everything there should be pretty good. Good, so now we're going to continue this around here. Oh, wait, yeah, I only need 2. And then back to this problem again. what about the last one? I suppose we'll bring it round for now. Because I only need 3 pipes here. You're going to be fully used. You're going to be fully used. You're not. You're only using 15 out of the 45 generators that you can go into. Which means that you still have 30 extra generators to get into. On the other quarter, we need 240 generators. Minus the 30 that you're going into, that's 210. Minus 45, which is 1 pipe, and that's 165, 125, 175, 30. Okay. Then the remainder of the 30 is then going to be on that 5th pipe, which means I'm left with 2 300 pipes, 1 450 pipe, and then 1 450, that's technically a 300 pipe. Okay. Right? 240. Probably that would be 225, wouldn't it? If it is, that would be fantastic. Sorry about the coughing. No, it definitely is. Yeah. Although I like how all of this goes into each other. That's quite nice. No, it's definitely 210. Which is a shame. Although, if I was just to use 15, that would then mean the only thing I need for the other side is 5 full stacks. And then one of these 3 pipes here is then only going to be using 30 out of their 45. So the last remaining 150 rocket fuel will then go over with the other 2 300s, which means I'm going to have 750 rocket fuel left. 750 divided by 10 is going to be 75, times that by 600. That's 45,000 megawatts worth of power that I've got left over to then use somewhere else. And then that's also 75 generators going into 3 towers. Is that right? 240, 480. 480 plus 75 is going to be 555 generators in total. Okay. I mean, also, another possibility is that if I need more rocket fuel and I have an extra pipe, just come back here and get the pipe. There you go. But for right now, though, I do actually quite like the idea of... Wait, what is this? 1, 2, 3... Huh? Wait. I do like the idea that for the last quarter over there, we just use 5 full lines of fuel rather than a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay, so that's actually the height you should be. So let's get you to the correct height. I mean, you know what I'll do? I'll probably do this. No. Like that. Horizontal to vertical. Just like so. And straight across. Good. Now, where's the corner going to be? Here. This seems like quite a far distance, but we'll try and get away with it. 1, 2. See how that goes. That lined up, I believe so. If the first one works, the second one will work. So we'll test out the first one. Although you're actually built a bit too far back, I think, aren't you? No, not anymore. Let's do this now. Also, with my actual mic itself, there's no way that I can mute on the mic, which is quite annoying. That's the one thing I don't like about it. It's a really good microphone. I quite like it. Except for the fact that I can't just immediately mute. For example, if I need to sneeze or something, I have to give you guys a verbal warning of I am about to sneeze, rather than just muting my microphone. Because my mute button's right next to my end stream button, so I'm concerned that I might accidentally end my stream while I was just trying to mute my microphone. Anyway, enough about me sneezing. Everything is now connected. All of our rocket fuel pipes are going towards our fuel generators, which is great news. I can go ahead here and temporarily remove these. Nope, thank you. You know what, actually, I don't mind black for them. Oh, well, it's grey, isn't it? It's not really black. Yeah, you'll do. And the reason why I'm doing this as well is just to save a bit of time. Because if I go back to my factory right now, or where we are sending all this rocket fuel, obviously it's not going to get there just in time. So if I spend a little bit of time just doing this, messing around slightly, kill some time. That's fine actually, isn't it? Yes, there we go. You know what I'm actually going to do? There we go. Add it to my hotbar. Why not? Treat ourselves. We've got a huge hotbar that we haven't properly used. But I do actually think the mix of the grey and the red looks really good. I'm going to start using that combination more often, I think. There we go. Lastly for you three. No, I'm not using that one. Because for one of them, I'm actually using the pipe support. I think it's this one. Yep. That looks quite nice. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way, Vinod. I do appreciate that. I'll do the rest in just a moment. I do want to have a very quick gander to make sure everything is set up properly. Because I believe it should be. If you look at the flow rate, yep, things are moving. Got a nice steady flow rate there. 449. It should be 450, but okay. You're 449. You're 302. What's gone on there? Why are you so low? Oh well. I say oh well, it's not. Oh, you were at 0 there for a second. Why is that so bad? 30? Is there a reason for that? What have I done wrong now is what I'm trying to... Oh. Well, that's why we check things. Because you're not going anywhere. That's why the flow rates were so low. That's better. Now let's make sure everything's connected. The best way I suppose I can check is if it's connected. Is by coming up here. And then seeing if the machines turn on. If they don't turn on, oh dear. If they do turn on, brilliant. And then I suppose the first one that will turn on is this. Let's give it a moment. Oh, there we go. Eureka. And the back 15 over here should already be turned on. Yes, look at that. Any red light? Any trouble? I don't see any sort of trouble lurking at all. That's not good, whatever the heck that just was. That's inconsistent. But this number's going to start to go up. So we started at roughly 89,000. If we can get somewhere near 120, that would be ideal. But as you can imagine, that's going to take quite a long time to do. Furthermore, I've got to make some more adjustments, don't I? So, this is a 450, that's fine. You're a 450, that's fine. You are only supposed to be for 150. But right now, I've got 450 going into you. The remainder, can I actually use this for something? I wasn't supposed to, but I mean, if it works, then might as well. Yeah, you don't really touch. Okay, so then here, I've got the remaining 150 rocket fuel. Yeah. I don't know why I asked that. Oh, dear. I don't know why I asked that like it's a question. I knew what it was. Oh, okay. That's not what I meant to really copy and paste over. We'll go 150 though. Oh, it works. I won't say no to it. Put an arrow next to it. Just in case I can't see the pipe. Anyway, that's good. So, if we get our to-do list for the day up and running, we've now finished all the logistics there. We've done our dimensional depot. Of course, I'm not doing this part yet. This will be the very final... would it be the final thing? Yes, this will be the very final thing that I actually do for my factory. So I'm not too fussed about that. We have now used... Ooh, how many 450 pipes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once, apparently, I caught a fish alive. And we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that I haven't properly used. I've used about 150 of this. Cancel, 300. Did I? I've used 150. Haven't used 300. That's correct. That is correct. 150 used. There we go. Change the color there to a yellowish and slightly overlap it. Then the remainder of these I haven't touched. There should be 6 here. There we go. We've got 5 that's going to be going over to the next quarter. Then this one, which I just don't know what I'm doing with. Then the last 300. So all of these plus 150 from here, well, there, is going to go towards the remainder part of the factory. Fantastico. Brilliant. That was the worst Italian accent I've ever done. Anyway. Great. Let's move on. Change this to 300. Because you are now going to be going over to there. In fact, you know what? Screw you. Very politely. With all due respect, screw you. Because you can actually remain as 150. And instead what I can do is then branch you out here. Again, get the 3-way junction. I can't snap you, but it's close enough. There we go. Because then you are also going to be 150. Jutting out in that direction there, which would be lovely. Let's do it. And again, I'm fairly sure I'm going to need this, right? It's 450 times by 5 is 2,225. Which is 225 generators. I have 240. There's 15 that then remain. 150. Divide that by 10. 15. Yeah, okay, so the maths is right. My brain's really trying to convince me that I'm wrong here, but I'm not. I promise I'm not wrong. I promise you. Oh, dearie me. Welcome, Mad Design. Hope that you're doing well, man. Welcome. We've just finished our first, well, technically our third quarter of the factory, but our first quarter of the fuel generators, which is a relief because that took ages. Oh, well, it's done now. Oh, flow rate there is fine, I think. Yeah. I will very quickly check our generators as we emerge to the surface after this logistic work. But what I want to try and do now is just get these 5 pipes. I suppose I could probably bring it round this way. And just have you stick left. Although the problem is I think I've got some crude oil there. That's fine. I can bend down slowly. That mad sentence. I can avoid it. Which won't be a problem. For 1 more 5. Okay. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm now wanting you guys to actually move slightly towards this side, which is fine. Plans have changed a little bit, but it's not going to be, like, dire. Hopefully. I would say it's for the best, but I have got no idea what the best actually is. So I'm going to assume it's for the best. Hope for the best, assume the worst. There we go. Why is that there? That's weird. Oh well. Endless generators, yeah. They've made it slightly better apparently since before update 1. Apparently then it was an absolute nightmare. I wouldn't say now it's easy, but it's apparently easier. Okay, right. What I'm going to do is this. 4 in there. Oh, you're kidding me. And now you're not going to be straight. Oh. Okay, we'll do that. And then boink. Brilliant. Okay. I really want to try and check my power grid now, but I know it's going to take a while for the power and the rocket fuel to actually kick in. I still want to have a very quick look, which I'll do in just a moment actually. I can't contain my excitement. Okay, brilliant. Maybe I can contain it for just a minute. Wow. Considering we were down roughly here a couple episodes ago, that's a pretty huge improvement. What I don't like, though, is that huge dip right there. We're ranging from 130,000 to 137,000. That's a 7,000 megawatt difference. Eventually, what we should start to see is this line, the bottom part here, slowly starting to even out. Hopefully. Yeah, we're still hovering around that 136. We peaked at 137, so we can get to 137. Okay, we'll check that in a moment, but right now, again, we're roughly, oh, that's 131. We're going from 130 to 137. That's our range, a 7,000 megawatt difference. Okay. Not bad. Well, I was going to say it's not bad. It is. But it's not awful. Done worse. We'll see what it's like by the end of the stream, because we're only like, what, an hour? Oh, an hour and 45 minutes in. Okay. We'll do that. Oh, is it literally just 2 pipes? Oh, you're taking the mick. Oh well. I really want to try and make this power plant 100% efficient. I don't see why we can't. A lot of it, I suppose... Well, not a lot of it. Some of it comes down to luck. No. Just hoping everything just goes well. Because you can do the maths. But still things can go wrong. Wait, why is there a gap here? Welcome, Ilobma. Hope that you're doing good. You did some maths for the real world generators. One fuel is 1,000 liters. Yep. For a single megawatt generator in real life requires 0.269 cubic meters of fuel. Hour. Damn. So what you're saying is that we're being screwed over in this game. Wow. We should go and strike instantly. Boycott Satisfactory. No, please don't. Wait. Aw, look how mid that looks. Incredible. Use some auto mode there. Auto glass repair. Auto glass replace. That's a niche reference, but oh well. And last one. And same thing that we did over here, just mimic that over there. That's the wrong thing. Sitting at work, or... Hopefully the day's going good, though. Hopefully not too much longer at work. How many times have I selected the wrong thing today? There we go. Perfect. Nice. Okay, I am about to cover this up here, but I shouldn't need this anymore considering I'm using the crude oil from here. Speaking of crude oil, I don't think I've actually solved that problem yet, have I? And that's going to be quite vital if I am not having enough crude oil being delivered to this facility. That is going to be absolutely just devastating for us in the long run, so that is absolutely something I do want to try and address. What I'm going to do is finish just this part of the pipe, if I can get it correct, and then just double check how our crude oil is doing. Then go to the location where it's coming from, and then seeing if there's maybe any problems there that's arising from these troubles, let's just say. I don't see what the problem is, because I know I've got enough crude oil. It could just be a canister problem, where at one side I've got I've put so many canisters on this line, but let's say 10,000 canisters, but then on the other side I haven't got enough canisters. That could be the problem. You never know. There we go. Okay, let's try and get out of here. this way is probably a bit quicker. We're trying to make only about 360,000 megawatts. Nothing, like, crazy, but enough to keep us going for the next couple factories. Well, I say nothing crazy, it's my biggest factory. Right, let's have a quick gander. We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look. I'm seeing lots of yellow lights. That's not a bad thing. It just means we've got too much fuel, I believe. Yeah, too much rocket fuel because I'm not using this yet. That's completely fine. No dramas there. This is where I consider the problem to begin. You haven't got enough packaged oil, then you've got too much. I'm trying to figure out why. Because the oil from here is making the fuel here, I suppose. I assume, at least. I do actually want to try and figure out, where are you going? Wait. Nowhere. You four don't go anywhere. A very odd amount of crude oil as well, 135. That's 270, then 60 and 60? Why have I done that? I mean, it's clearly intentional. I'm just trying to figure out why. So 135 and 135, that's 270 plus 120 is 390? 390 crude oil. Okay. The second thing I want to try and address is how much crude oil are all of you lots taking in? 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 60 times by 8 is 480. Plus 270. I'm not doing that on my head. I can't be asked. 750. That's... Okay. 750. So there should be hardly any gaps in this conveyor belt. Look at the gaps. Huge gaps. It should be almost entirely just a constant flow. Like that. Like what we just saw right there with a couple gaps every now and then. We're seeing, if I was to guess, 400 crude oil actually flowing along here. Not 750. Maybe 500. That's concerning. And again, I suppose you're the same. No. Wait, do our conveyor belts continue through here? Okay, right. So... or different. Oh yeah, this is 1.2 experimental. Yeah. You haven't got enough packaged oil either. Right, okay. I suppose let's start with the good news. The good news is, this entire row and this entire row have both got 750... Yes, maybe it's not 750. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 540 plus 135. So you've both got 675 empty canisters flowing there and flowing there. It's exactly even. Good. The thing that isn't even is this. Because you require 750 and then you don't. I could very easily change this. If I was to copy the 135 over to here, and copy a 60 to here, it now means that in this block right here, we've got 9 packages that are consuming 60 packaged oil, and then 1 consuming 135, and again 9 and then 1 with 135. 10 of each currently. Oh, nice. I mean, that's still a lot. I actually forgotten how many I'm doing. I think it's about 10. Although I'm not bothering with fixites or ionized fuel because I don't see the point. Massively. Okay, so we fixed the problem with the crude oil not going onto the exact amount of things. The next problem now is trying to figure out how much crude oil I've actually got coming out of here. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you're all combined. 60 times by 8 is 480. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about that there for a second. Now let's try and follow the line. Because again, 480 along here. We've got a 600 flow rate. Okay. Can I just like not die for a second? Deary me. Oh, hello again. You're still 480. You haven't gone into anything yet. Right, okay. So, problem number 1. 480 fuel. Why have I got a sign there for 523? You're combining with something, aren't you? I believe there's a pipe over here. Now, you're going where? Into here. I'm going to go through and count exactly what's going where because I don't know what's happening. And that's not very good. Let me write this down on an app. I was going to say on a piece of paper, but... I mean, to be fair... No, I don't. I was going to say I've got a piece of paper there, but I don't. 26.25. That is 30. 26.25. 30. Okay. 52.5 plus 60. So for this route here, we've got 112.5 crude oil being used. Let's go place down a sign. Because I'm obsessed with signs. With my logistic stuff. Why? I don't know. I like signs. Yeah. I like signs. Grand. Okay. Now let's try and... What? Okay, this area is so blinking confusing, by the way. Because you're shooting off in 4 different directions. What idiot thought about that? It's me. I thought of it. And now, as you can see, it's working out so well. Where are you even going? So, it's this entire row. In fact, some of you lot were actually running out of crude oil earlier. Although the flow rate seems decent, so I don't know if that was just bollocks. 67.5. Well, that's rubbish. Yeah, that's, yeah. As the youth would say, that's straight cap. Yeah. Yeah, I felt a bit sick saying that. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270. Yeah, there you go, 300. Okay. That's 300 being used there. So far, we've got 300 being used there and 112.5 being used there. So that's 412.5. 480 minus 412.5 means that in theory, I should only have... Oh, that was actually correct. 67.5. So that number over there was right. 67.5 left. Why Does that say 523 point? Where have I fetched that number from? Like, a serious conversation. Where have I got that number from? I've whipped that out of nowhere. That's a problem. In case we all weren't aware of that, that's a problem. Okay, but maybe not necessarily. Because how much are you consuming? It's just these two here. So I mean, how does everything here have enough crude oil? 37.5 and 37.5. 75. And I only have enough for 67.5. Which means that I actually shouldn't have enough crude oil for this. But you're running so smoothly. Follow-up question. Are you guys still flashing yellow? Because you haven't got enough. You do? How? How have you got more? Okay, I think I know why. Because the heavy oil residue is backing up. So you're not actually operating at full efficiency. There you go, 44% efficiency. If you were actually operating at 100% efficiency, you wouldn't have enough crude oil. Okay. I would say that's catastrophic, but there should be a workaround. Because like we saw earlier, we are actually making 480 crude oil that I'm not doing anything with. This area isn't finished, by the way, in case you're wondering it. I've still got lots to do, I just haven't got the time to do it right now. So what I'm actually going to do here is, actually, you know what, no, I'm not going to disconnect you right now, but eventually I am going to disconnect you. I want to try and see what comes around here. So we're starting off with 75. Let's get rid of that. And let's follow you around. Because I don't know what's happening. I've obviously saw the number 523 and thought, you know what, that's actually fine. You then come around here. And then you go into this entire row. And you go there? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, gosh. The entire thing? Wait, no, but okay, not the entire thing. You stop there. Let me through. I'm already tilted, thank you. So you're part of this system as well, right? Yes, you are. Okay, good. $30, $60, $90, $120, $150. I'll come back to you. $150, $180, $210, $240, $270, $300, $330, $360, $390. That's 54. $519. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. So I've just consulted my brain cells there for a quick second, chat. And I've come to the conclusion that, firstly, I'm an idiot. Secondly, what I'm going to do is the 480 crude oil pipeline that I'm not using, I am essentially going to add here. But, and here's a pretty big but, and I cannot lie. Where is it? Here, these two. So as of right now, these are both consuming 37.5, but because I've still got 67.5 crude oil left on the other line, what I'm actually going to do is split these guys up. So you're going to be producing 30, which is now 45. 75 minus 45 is 30. If I then lower you down to 30, you're still producing the exact same amount of rubber. It's still 60. Wait, no, it's not. Oh, wait. There we go. It's still 75 crude oil being taken in to produce 50 rubber. That's fine. Because this 50 rubber, I believe, goes somewhere over the rainbow way up high. 100% builds, yeah, it's really satisfying. Like, when you get it right, it's really satisfying. But when you get it wrong, like some people, I won't mention names, but you're watching one of them. When it goes wrong, sometimes it can be quite annoying. But again, I find it quite satisfying trying to fix problems as well, so, which is handy because I often create most of the problems. Now, welcome, Tear Harvester. Oh, sorry, Tear Harvester. I bet you're doing good. So the plan here is to disconnect this. You're going to be part of the 480 system. You're going to be part of this system. So what I'm going to do is add that there. Then, you know what? Here we go. This is why they call me the Einstein pickle. No one's ever called me that. Then get this. Straight mode, please. Boom. It's fun to troubleshoot and see we're about 20 hours into one part. Yeah. It sounds good on paper. Like when I was writing this today, like the to-do list, this wasn't part of this. Oh well. I mean, to be fair, we're 2 hours deep into the stream. We're having fun. Vibes are good. Momentum is decent. I've only made 14 catastrophic errors, which is pretty good going for me. It's actually pretty low. We've got to try and bump those numbers up, actually. I also just, for whatever reason, completely forgot about one of my most important crude oil lines. And the thing about crude oil is that I'm using crude oil to make, let's say, rubber. I'm then using the heavy oil residue as a byproduct to then help me make my fuel, which is combining with my water. With the fuel, I then make my rocket fuel. My rocket fuel then goes into powering my plant. I didn't use enough crude oil, which means that all of those stages I just mentioned aren't efficient because of this one problem, which we've now solved. So, problem solved, problem avoided. Oh, brilliant. Now you're just going to go straight through there, are you? Grand. You definitely aren't being used anywhere, right? Am I just being really dumb now? No, because you're not connected. You're not connected. You're not connected. No. Okay, good. Good. So you're all definitely meeting here and you're not going anywhere. Now, I suppose what I'll quite like to try and do is intertwine you into one of my previously established pipe networks. This could work. Of course, I've overcomplicated it because this is the Valhalla and Pickle YouTube channel where we're kind of notorious for overcomplicating everything. When I say notorious, I mean notorious basically just to myself. There. That's where I want you to be. That would look quite nice, I think, actually. We'll do that. Then I think what we'll do is we'll have you come up to here. Auto modes. I love how there's about 4,000 different settings for pipes. It means that you're guaranteed, well, hopefully guaranteed to find at least one that works out for you. Which is nice. Okay, so the way that I want to try and play this then is by going around here, circling back around. What was that? And coming around through here. Is that a bit too low? It looks low, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks a bit better. A lot of head pressure on the pipe system, then saw the pumps. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I do make sure that my pipes are fine. We have quite a lot going on down underneath here. Most of it I've actually tucked away behind these walls. Some of it's really just painful to look at, including this area over here, which I've tried to cover up. But now we've got all of this that's just sprung out of nowhere. Yeah, it looks worse than what it actually is, because the way that I've designed my blueprints is so unbelievably simple. Everything's color coded. Let me try and find a good example. I suppose we go to our blenders. Yeah. This isn't supposed to be connected, by the way, don't worry. But I know that, okay, well, this is obviously my fuel. That's heavy oil residue. That's water. Connect that to wherever it has to go. Connect the water to where that has to go. And same there with our fuel. And before you know it, everything's just sorted. Very little work for me to have to try and do. Saying that as I'm now 800 hours into my playthrough, and I'm still running off coal power. Yep. In fact, no, I was running off coal power until yesterday. So, that's so much better. 800 hours in, and like just to prove it, 829 hours. Yep. Oh well. So I would now like you to do this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that good? Should be. Yeah, that's fine. That's down there by 4 nudges, so it should be okay. Why have you rotated yourself? Oh well. Oh well. That's unfortunate. That's probably best case scenario there, is the straight mode. That looks good. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay. Now, for this part here... Dearie me. I mean, where does it go? It can come along this side, but I've just designed this so that it doesn't have to do that. Although, to be fair, it's a simple fix. I can just do this. I say simple fix, it won't be. I can try and make it be a simple fix, though. I do that. And then come down here by 2. Is that lined up? There we go. Good. I would then like you to come in along there. You can then go pretty much directly right of this. And I think that's going to fit that there without any sort of dramas. Which is nice. Even if it does clip in through this wall, there's nothing major behind here, is there? No, just more rubbish. Why have I built a wall around that? I don't know. I like walls. What can I say? Right. And then this is where you're going to get disconnected. Let's do this quick. I do realize I've just disconnected my entire crude oil line there. So we've actually got to try and hurry up now. That'll be fine. Straight. No, that's curved. I don't want it to be curved. I forgot curve mode was a setting. Yep. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I thought would happen. I don't like that. Horizontal to vertical maybe could help us out. How about no? Okay. Let's think. If we panic, things will go wrong. So I'm not panicking. A lot. I am, actually. You know what, temporarily, I just want to do that just to try and get our crude oil coming back here just for a second. So how am I going to plan this then? I've got an idea. I get rid of this corner. And I establish something here instead. Just give us a little bit more room to work with, basically. Something like that for your project? Are you talking about Kibitz? Oh yeah, Kibitz does a bunch of water shenanigans. It's possible to make a 100% steady with normal fluid setup, but it is very difficult. Yeah. I mean, the problems starts at the very beginning, really, when it comes to fuel. Especially, crude oil, at least. Because you don't actually get 600 crude oil, do you? It's a lot less, unfortunately. I say a lot, it's like 597.5. Rather than the 600. Okay, the plan now is going to be to get rid of this. Have this come a little bit further forwards. Okay, get rid of that too then. Gosh, blimey. Now the sign's in the way. Now if I was to use straight mode. Okay. I think that's the best we're going to get it, which is a shame because I don't like the way that bends. I can try and move it over slightly this direction. But as of right now, it's okay, it works. So that's 480. We've got 480 coming into there. You then only... Oh. There we go. So you now only come into there. That's then 480 minus, I think we said 30, wasn't it? Which means that we now have 450 coming along here. And then you're consuming 444, which means I now have enough crude oil in my system. Only took us until... it's fine. Into episode God knows what to actually sort that out. But there we go. We sorted it. What a relief. So now if I was to leave the game running for a certain amount of time, everything should just sort itself out and there should be no more yellow lights here. Oh my god, man. Now what's your problem? Come here, come here, come here. Not enough fuel. Now I think you're actually getting your fuel from here. And now your problem is you haven't got enough heavy oil residue. And that's because your problem was... What? Because if I remember correctly, your heavy oil residue is coming from them 5, isn't it? It is. No, you're actually on different lines. So yours is coming from... Oh! Yeah, no, that's actually quite bad. Because you're no longer making the amount you need. Oh. Right. Okay, that's fine. Let's just take a breather. That's enough. Because now what I'm going to try and focus on... No, it's just that... Oh, you're freaking kidding me. Okay. Right. So what I'm trying to say here is I've messed up. Because I need... Wait, what? You're fine now. You're at 40 now. What? Are you fine or are you not fine? Make your mind up. You need 25 heavy oil residue per minute. You're only making 20. So I did an extra 5 per minute. Which means that you now have to go back up again. To what? 25, okay, fair enough. Which means that you then have to be reduced again. You filled all the pipes to 600, never got to 100% efficiency. This is when you went crazy with troubleshooting pipe. Yeah. I do try my best with pipes, but sometimes it does get to a stage where it's like, you know what, this just isn't going to work for me. Few weeks to get the world back to 100%. Damn. What was your favorite liquid in real life? Yeah, I do like drinking water. I prefer drinking water over crude oil. Might be an unpopular opinion, but if you've ever tried drinking crude oil, it's no. 0 out of 10 do not recommend. In fact, you know what? I've got bottles of the stuff. Absolutely bottles everywhere. Okay, let's try and solve this problem together, okay? Let's have a little bit of fun. I'm going mad. It's fine, I like going mad. Wait, what are you doing? What? It's okay. So, the main issue that I've now got is that I don't think I've got enough crude oil for this, do I? No. Because again, here we've got 480 coming in. No, we don't. Yes, we do. 270 plus 120. It's 490. Maybe I've got 4. If I've got 490, that solves. Oh, can I just get through? That then solves the problem. If it's 480, that doesn't solve the problem. Let's see. Please be 490. Because again, the issue is I'm using too much crude oil for this line. I think. Wait, why are you guys all backed up now? Okay. Wait, did that seriously just fix all of our crude oil problems? I'll be gobsmacked if it did. Although I suppose it would have, because I'm now reusing 480 crude oil that I wasn't using before. Maybe that did solve it. Anyway. So starting with this. 135 plus 60. 195 times by 2. Yeah, it's... No. 390. Wait, 390? Not 490. What? So you're the 390. You're coming around here. Now, I don't know what you're doing. You're vibing. You're chilling. But this is 390. And right now, you're only going into that. So 390 minus 37.5. Leaves us with 352.5. Over on the other side, we're consuming 354. I've only got 352.5. Which means I'm off by 1.5. The problem is, I can't reduce the amount of crude oil this refinery is producing because I need the exact amount of heavy oil residue coming out of it. So the other solution is to completely disconnect this, which will then mean I've got more than enough for the other line, which is great. Been there? Oh, yeah. It will come to me. The problem is, if I wasn't streaming, I'd be like this for about half an hour, but I'm trying to get the board moving a little bit. Okay. So, no matter what... Wait. Wait. I know I just replaced all of this about 4 minutes ago, but screw that. No. Now, regarding you, where is it? You. Now, you're coming over here. What I'm thinking is, what if I was to disconnect that, which will then free up. Yeah, look at that, see? 30 crude oil there. Which will then mean I can keep the other pipe connected. And then everything should be hunky-dory. It all depends on how much crude oil you're consuming. So starting here, I suppose, you're using the last 4 refineries. Let's see where that places you. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of all these yellow lights. 30, 60, 90, 120. Yee. Let me out. 120. And welcome, Federwound, by the way. Hope that you're well. I'm not. No, it's alright. It's alright. So you're... Wait, is that it? Oh my God. Sorry, my body just died there. I'm fine. I resurrected. It's okay. Oh, then you split off. Oh, where do you go? Where do you go? That's a huge... I don't want to deal with that number. That number's scary. I don't like it. So we've got 380 there, which in total is going to be for... That's 500. Okay. Are you actually using all of 380 though? What line? Okay, is that line? Okay. Maybe I'm not using all of 380. So you're going into that one. 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300. Is that it? Are you not going into anything else? Because if I've got 380 coming down here and I'm only using 300 of it, that means I've got 80 left over. I've got 80 left over. I can easily cover, I'd say, 2 pipes. I shouldn't need 2. But what I'm going to do here is quite simply disconnect that. And, oh, should I? Screw it. Yeah, you've barely got enough anyway. So let's go ahead and disconnect that too. No. I'm so unbelievably indecisive, it even pisses me off as well, don't worry. I would do it there. There. So, 380, 300, 80 left, 30 there, 50 left, not going into anything. So we've got 50 crude oil left, that's just left to do its own thing. Brilliant. We've now managed to reduce 30 crude oil from this line, which originally was 1.5 over. So now we have 28.5 more crude oil than what we need. So no crude oil should be backing up. Yeah. Okay. Okay, can I retire? I think we've done it. Now, why are you attempting to piss me off? Zero. You're not even making an effort. I like that. Well done. That was a pathetic performance from you. 50. 40. Oh, about 50. 50. 50. That's kind of annoying. And then it goes downhill from there. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something which not many players do. This is actually quite a rare strategy. It's called adding a pipeline pump. I know, it's yeah. It works, so might as well. Where is it? Where is it? It's in the same place it's always been. So you're going to come around here slightly, but you're not going to make it very far, are you? Oh, you do? Okay. Wow. That is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Don't say no to that. That's made no difference. How has that not made a difference? No, it is going up. What? What? Star Rapture? I'm not sure about Star Rapture. I feel like I've left that game in a good place, whereas this, I just haven't. Wait, what have I done? Have I placed it around the wrong way? Have I actually been a proper idiot sandwich here? No. I was right. What the heck was the problem then? Flow rate's good. I think. Well, it's a lot less now. Why is it so low? Look at all the pipes in this area. This is about a 1/7 of what's actually in this logistic floor. That almost broke me. Now if I was to resurface... Please, 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 please. Now if I resurface... Green lights all around. Why are you now yellow? Ah. You were the ones that were doing fine. Oh, you got nothing. How? How? It's okay. I'm not angry. I'm just pissed off. I would like to know though, like, what is the problem? Because the flow rate here seems... Oh, whoa. Terrible. 5... That was a 5 flow rate there. So, what actually is the problem? Because again, you're facing the right way. There should be tons of crude oil coming down here. We know there is. We've sorted all of that out. So we should actually have more crude oil per line than what we actually need. So again, oh yeah, don't question that. So the problem is, how have I got so much extra crude oil, but at the same time, apparently not enough? I can go into here now because the other pipe that was consuming all of the crude oil... Wait, you were just yellow there for a second. I don't know. I'm really confused. I shouldn't be having any sort of trouble, really. You guys are fine. You should now be fine as well. Yes, I will continue to monitor this over the course of the coming days. Most likely hours. As long as it's fine for the next couple of hours, you should be okay. Now, what's your concern? Still got too much heavy oil residue. And where is this heavy oil residue going? Because this has been a problem now for the last couple of days. So all of you heading off in this direction. And I think I followed this last time as well. Oh, right. Okay, so you're going into here. Okay. And I'm producing 50... 87... I need 87.5 heavy oil residue. And that's starting from here. 20... 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay, so I'm actually right. I suppose what I could then do $50, $100. So I now shouldn't be overproducing heavy oil residue, but now I'm overproducing fuel, which I don't really see as much of a problem, except for the fact I'm now consuming more water than what I initially counted for. Didn't see many problems arising from that. So you've gone down from 45 to 16, so I've got 0 heavy oil residue coming in through this. Now the rubber's backing up. Why is the rubber backing up? My usual fuel power plant, you have 20 refinery split into groups of 5 and piping 600 liters per minute in an 8. That's a good idea. I mean, anything that you, I suppose because it's satisfactory, anything you want to do, you can just do. Whether it works or not, I don't know. Oh, that's all good, but no, don't worry about it. Yeah, we are in the closing moments. Just trying to fix whatever we're doing here, really. So water's coming in through there. Now, what I was going to check here was the rubber. Where are you guys off to? To make plastic, I suppose. Yeah, so you're coming here. Okay. Now, when it comes to rubber, we are making 25.50. And we are needing 25. 50. So if we need 50 rubber, if we need 50 rubber and we're making 50 rubber, how are you backing up? It's a 1-to-1 ratio, like. And we're not having, oh yeah, because we are having problems with fuel. Makes sense. But now because we're actually making a good amount of fuel, I don't think that's now going to be much of a problem for too much longer. I will get rid of that though, just in case. Okay. Well, you know what, chat? We've... Oh. You know, 121,000 is good. I think it could be better, though. All the reds. Oh, there's so much red. You know what? That's tomorrow's problem. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's stream. We're live again tomorrow for some more satisfactory shenanigans. So stick around if you do want to see how on earth we're going to try and fix this factory. I do enjoy troubleshooting. It's good fun, and I can do it for hours. In fact, I did it for 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that I see you guys again tomorrow for the next stream. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. And stay safe, pioneers. And as always, cheerio and Godspeed.